Okay. Okay. Everybody's gonna get a bag. Do not open it yet. Did everybody get one? Everybody got a chicken sandwich too? What did you get, chicken or beef? What sandwich did you get? What sandwich did you get? No, what sandwich? Oh, you got the cheeseburger? It's good. It's vegan. It's real vegan. It's, yeah. I got the chicken sandwich. It kind of tastes like a McChicken, even though we don't mess with McDonald's right now. No, we don't. Never. Thank you. Never. Thank you. Never. That part. Jack in the Box better watch their back. They don't mess up. Y'all next. Wendy's be looking at you. Don't Wendy's. Oh, you see how they make the chili, Lord? Allegedly. Lord. Okay. You guys, y'all ready? Everybody's ready? Ashleigh, do you want to do an introduction or are we good?
All right, everybody. We're going to start our amazing workshop by Plant Club. We have the amazing Taylor.
Hi, everybody.
Very exciting. And I will let you take the floor and introduce yourself.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody. Clap. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. I just put it on a timer because I can go all day about this. My name is Taylor Lindsay. I own and operate the Plant Plug Los Angeles. I'm out of South Central. I own a private nursery. I am the first mobile nursery in Los Angeles, meaning that I drive over town. Y'all know what a plug is, right?
Yeah.
And yes, I have 2 phones. So what I do is that just to be honest and completely transparent, I want agriculture to be as popular as hip hop culture and drug culture, but drug addiction is not trivial. In fact, for it to permeate everybody's daily lives in the best way possible, okay? So what I do is I show people that gardening is a practice. I don't know when we're getting that 40 acres and a mule. Probably not gonna happen anytime soon. But if you have at least 4 inches in a couple minutes out of your day, you could participate in gardening some way, somehow. So thank you, Ashleigh, for having me. Shout out to Recycle the Riches. I really, really appreciate it. And then also Dashboard Earth and also Hexi for having us today. Thank you. This building is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. And the culture is thick in here. There's a lot of culture in this room alone. And we don't have a lot of places that are preserved like that in Los Angeles. We really, really don't. So I do want to say a land acknowledgement, though. When we start, we are on Tongva land, as well as a water acknowledgement, which we don't hear a lot. Does anybody know where the LA water comes from? That's part of it. Where else? Oregon as well. Yes, and it also comes from, I believe it's called Owens Valley, and it's also being drained from Northern California, where there's another indigenous population up there. Yes, so I do not want to mess up this name. They go by the Numu, and it is also another indigenous nation, and we are draining their natural lakes and water sources. We actually used to get stuff from the LA River. I wouldn't touch that water now. Oh, Lord, I wouldn't do that. But shout out to Metabolic Studio for cleaning it up, and they're testing it. Hi, LA Compost. I know that's not your government name, but but thank you for also being here. And Fire Fridays is so impactful, and it does not take a stadium worth of people to make a difference. All of us gathered here today is warming my heart and just reminds me that a few people can change the world. And I would like to see that change before I die, please. Oh my God. Can we get it going now? Yes, thank you. Okay, so the reason why we're all gathered here today is I'm going to talk about bioremediation. Bioremediation is a big fancy word for pulling pollutants out of the air, out of the soil, but specifically in an ecology sense, out of the earth, right? So we know that LA has been devastated by the wildfires. And LA is also huge. We're not even talking about the city, we're talking about the county, okay? So LA County was devastated by the wildfires, and it is also a natural disaster. But are we seeing natural disasters relief? Not so much. So it is up to us to change that. Actually, that's been since the dawn of time. It's been a small group of people that really turn things around. So I want to tell people how they can help with bioremediation in a very, very small but impactful way. Small meaning sustainable. And when I say sustainable, I don't mean just environmentally. I mean financially sustainable. I'm talking about spiritually sustainable, mentally sustainable, physically sustainable. And then also, I want to tell people on another one of my favorite ways and how I got started participating in gardening. I've been doing this professionally since 2016. I've been killing plants since 2009, and I'm still here. Okay, it's part of it. There's actually a word for it in agriculture. It's killing plants. So, so what I did and what I started with was now everybody that doesn't have a chicken sandwich in their hand. Thank you, Veggie Girl, for the chicken sandwich and plant treaty. You can open your bags. Okay, so everybody should have. Who does not have a bag? Okay, let's get you a bag. Thank you, Lyric and Isis. My lovely, these are the South Central Sunflowers, everybody, by volunteer group. Shout out to the South Central Sunflowers, yes. Yes, okay. So everybody should have a bag. Inside the bag, you're going to have plant tray, you're going to have sunflowers, you're going to have herbs or vegetables, you're gonna have my business card because you can call me. Okay, and also you're gonna have a sticker because you're cool. Cool people like cool things, and cool things are stickers, right? Yes. Okay, and then also you should have popsicle sticks and peat pods. Okay, so you're like, Taylor, what is this treasure trove that you have given me so freely? It's a bag of love, everybody. And with this bag of love, we're going to practice what? Bioremediation. Say it with me one more time. Ready? Bioremediation. Yes. Okay. So bioremediation is done with using fungi, which is mushrooms. Okay. And also it's the symbiotic way that trees communicate with each other through fungi. Another class. Yes, that's how trees communicate through fungus. Yeah, fungi, yes. Mycelium network. That's the Wi-Fi of the world. Mycelium network, shout out to that. Also plants, and then also bacteria. All bacteria is not bad. There are good bacteria and there's bad bacteria, okay? And we are going to remove pollutants from the soil. Now, does anybody want to take a wild guess what plant we're going to use to remove the toxic metals from the soil? I'll give you a hint. Everybody has one in their bag right now. Sunflowers, you're correct. Yes. So sunflowers actually remove heavy metals. They remove heavy metals of all types, including lead, copper, zinc, and more. So this is why this is so important. The soil in the wildlands as well as urban landscaping is too toxic to touch right now. Okay? So we have to read the room and we want to be sensitive, but a lot of scientists and botanists were going crazy talking about we weren't supposed to talk about the benefits of fire when it comes to wildlife, as well as you don't want to scare people away from trying to rebuild, okay? So that comes to my next point. Who in here already gardens? Oh, okay, I like that. I love that. I love potential. I love that. You in it, we in it. You're in the right place, okay? So along with that, by the time I'm done today, you are all gonna leave official plant plugs. I can literally give you a shirt and a job application. I'll pay you in seeds. Yes, okay? So my next point is our relationship between the urban lands and the wild lands, okay? The wild lands are to remain untouched for a multitude of reasons because of toxicity. Another thing is a lot of seeds are activated by fire. Native plants are activated by fire, okay? So we will get to that. But what do? We're in the urban lands, right? So we can do our own type of landscaping. So the product that I'm launching right now, which is a 5-year initiative, we're on week 7, Lord. Whose idea was this? Mine. It's called RegrowLA, where it's a 5-year commitment to revegetating the land, but from an urban landscaping standpoint, okay? And then we let the wildlands heal. What's the biggest problem to the earth right now? No. Yes, humans. Oh my God, come up here. You come teach the class here. Yes, you're correct. Humans are the biggest problem to the planet. Humans are the biggest problem to the planet. Humans, yes. So with that being said, It is our job to recognize, I hope, what needs to happen, what not needs to happen, and how we need to leave things alone. We saw a great example of that during the beginning of the pandemic, and nature was healing itself because we weren't on the roads as often. We weren't consuming as much, and also we weren't stopping on poppies to take Instagram pictures. Okay, I know. Oh, the super bloom, right? And just run a bus over it. Anyways, so what y'all have right now is the power to bioremediate the soil through the power of sunflowers, okay? So everything that you have today is also recyclable and compostable. Let us know if it's not, okay? So we have it's a carton of a seed tray. I also have plastic, which is a lot more pliable. If anybody prefers plastic over cardboard, I do have that. I'm trying to do less plastic these days, but I kind of just ended up getting these, okay? And then next is you're going to have the sunflowers. Now, the thing about starting sunflowers is that sunflowers are very resilient and great for breaking up super tough dirt, okay? And then removing heavy metal. So that is step one. And another thing is the regeneration of the soil, okay? What would that look like? One, it's gonna be us living alone, and two, going back to indigenous practices. Welcome. Going back to indigenous practices. Oh, okay. Going back to indigenous practices, which include land stewardship, because there are people out there, arborists, if anybody's familiar with hardy Californians, also tree people. There's professional tree people. They're called arborists, and they're looking over the land and they're testing things. It is said to not be cleaning up debris unless you have a hazmat suit, okay? Because one of the biggest problems that happened, which was interesting, when I launched this project online, I was getting people from Hurricane Helene reaching out to me, people from Hurricane Katrina, people from Flint, and survivors of 9/11. And the one thing that we all have in common is that there was an aftermath that environmentally caused a lot of people's sickness and death, let alone the depravity that they still have not recovered from. So it's up to community. If we wait for the government, it ain't gonna happen, y'all, okay? So the restoration also comes in the form of the roots in growing. And when I say these plant things, I mean all puns intended and all metaphors, okay? Because who feels roots in community when it comes to gardening? Who has roots in community when it comes to gardening? It's just us. Oh yeah, yes, it's just us, right? Now, that is because of a couple things. Greenwashing, our favorite. Also, the bourgeoisie, making it seem like it's something expensive and unattainable. And another thing is my favorite, ageism, where it's left for up to the elders and the seniors to just grow food. That's an old lady thing, right? Bingo and growing daisies. I don't do that. I'm young and turnt. I'm in the club. But that's not necessarily true, okay? So having roots of community means that we enter spaces of all ages, all types of careers, and then share our experiences and have the continuity. A lot of donations dropped off. We got about 1 week coverage from national news, and that's it. Good luck with that, everybody. Have fun, okay? So to talk more about plants, because we're talking about roots as well, did you know that a lot of native plants, when they burn down, their nutrients and their life are carried in the roots? It's what we don't see. And if we leave the wildlands alone, they have a high chance of repopulating themselves. So what has happened is indigenous practices. Indigenous practice is one, controlled burns, okay? There's a benefit to that. Some people that grow crops, they use the ash or biochar of a burnt down crop to refeed the soil, add nutrients again for it to come up again, and also to destroy pests because locusts are terrible. So what would happen is naturally in California, our large burns would happen every 30 to every 130 years. That's, yes. Now it's every year now. Now it's every year because of climate change. Yeah, would helping, yes. It's a big problem. Right. There was a balance to it. Now, because of climate change and arsonists, it happens way too often, okay? because the 30 to 130 years was somewhat of a problem, correct? But with the indigenous practice and the stewardship of the land by the indigenous, they were able to keep that balance. Okay? Now, since things are over-tilled, pesticides are afoot, and our drought is almost at the point of no return. Anybody see Waterworld? That is supposed to be fictional, y'all. That was supposed to be fiction. So was Idiocracy. So we are in a state of consistent panic, and scientists are constantly just really running down the clock to any day now. We still have time. We still have time. And you're like, wait, Taylor, how can this little bag help reduce that? Well, one is to spread a knowledge. Two, I told you it's the roots and community. You don't have to be a professional gardener to have roots in gardening. So the next part is going to be, what kind of agriculture are we going to practice? There's different types of agriculture, okay? The three biggest crash crops in America are soy, wheat, and corn. Not because it's chock full of nutrients, they're the easiest to manipulate. Okay, other types of farmers are failing. They're falling apart. And I found out that our agriculture is based on production, mere production. What happened was, another reason why gardening is left to the elders is because they were one of the last generations to have direct access to it. Who has grandparents or uncles or great uncles or grandpas that came from the country or some type of farm somewhere in your home country? You have to, raise that hand. Everybody has. Because how did they survive? How did your family survive, right? So everybody did. And that sharecropping was a scam. Well, we'll talk about that later. So as far as having that community and that connection, once again, it's imperative that we do so, and that we do so now. There's a phrase that, what's the two best times to grow a tree? Now and 20 years ago. Okay? So the type of agriculture that I practice all types of agriculture, different practices. I was a chaos gardener, trial and error gardener. The kind of agriculture that is actually going to, in my opinion, be the optimal, meaning that we're going to do the bioremediation. We're going to get to eat the fruits of our labor. We're going to be help with getting healthier, right? Because the physical activity, we're going to have connection. Is pollinator-based agriculture. Pollinator-based agriculture, because without pollinators, we ain't got nothing, y'all. We ain't gonna make it. And also, a lot of native plants are naturally fire resistant. And that does not mean that they will not burn down, but it's harder for them to catch, okay? And also, native plants are not invasive, meaning that they're not gonna take over your whole yard like Christopher Columbus. And interesting enough, a lot of houses that either had landscaping or had native plants saw little to no fire damage. It's because people didn't know, not because it wasn't available. If you call me and you say you need a tree, I'll be there in 30 minutes. I'm a plug, so that means an hour and a half. So I'll bring you a tree. So pollinating-based gardening. Sunflowers are also great pollinators. Yes. Now, sunflowers can grow anywhere from 2 feet to 8 feet, and the stalks can also be used as kindling. Now, sunflowers also have they're thirsty though, but their roots can break up really compacted soils. Let me get to why that's important. When it comes to urban landscaping and what we saw with the heavy rains, we got 4 inches of rain, what was that, last week? And now we're in a heat wave? Oh, I lied. Was that due to over-tilling, compacted dirt, not soil, mudslides. Now your house on the hill is in a ditch, and that is extremely dangerous. And also, all the pollution is causing our storm drains to be clogged, okay? That's why I had people from Katrina reaching out to me. So with pollinating-based gardening, we're going to be able to invite and protect birds, bees, and also other microorganisms. Did you know there's only 8 bees that produce honey, but there's 20,000 species of bees? And did you know that most bees live underground? So when we do all that over-tilling, we're destroying the house. Imagine a bulldozer just came through here right now, but you're a bee. What? Stop the bulldozer. You're a bee. Do a buzz or something. You can't do that. You can't do that. So in order for them to be protected, we can create these pollinating spaces in urban landscaping, okay? Because if all hell broke loose, we can't eat that bush, lady. We can try to eat that bush. What are we going to chew on? You know, grasses, all this stuff has roots in colonization as well. All of it does. All of it. The plants that I'm really pushing towards are, I'm really big on low maintenance, because everybody in here has 2 or 3 jobs. Don't lie to me. Because you got to do all this stuff to keep a roof over your head. You know, you get a flat tire. There goes your trip. There goes your dinner. You're on ramen again. Times are tough. Right, nothing. So just to ease that and lessen it is that I focus on low maintenance, and we're focused on sustainability, right? So that would include financial sustainability, and also having some plants have more maintenance than others. Some, if you look at them the wrong way, they'll kill themselves. I'm not making that up. They really will. Like, oh, I'm dead. So the plants that I'm focusing on as well, aside from sunflowers, are going to be California poppies. California poppies, okay? So these are super tiny seeds. Also, they are native to Los Angeles. You know what's not native, but everywhere? Palm trees. Even though we're known for it. They're not, yeah. Yeah, the Caribbean, yeah. And also, the most dangerous tree that we have everywhere that is not native to us, eucalyptus. And they go up like matchsticks. They go up like matchsticks. And then also the, eucalyptus. Yeah, so that was also brought here from Europeans. And it goes up like matchsticks, and it's everywhere. And a lot of our trees are male. That's why everybody's hooked on Afrin allergy medication. They're just blowing pollen in the air with no female trees to catch it. So it's really interesting once you look into this. It's also a nightmare. Okay, so California poppies. Now, what do poppies have in common with sunflowers? Now, they are both receding, not my hairline. They are both receding, meaning that they are very easy to capture seeds from. Now, how easy is it? How easy is it? Thank you. That if you don't capture the seeds, it'll do it for you. When a little sway here and there, and also the plant dying, the seeds will fall to the ground and create what we call volunteer plants, meaning that you did not intentionally grow them there, but they come back time and time again. But if you do collect the seeds yourself, that is either called harvesting or foraging, depending on where you get them from. So everybody should have sunflowers. And also there are a lot of, if you follow me on Instagram, I have a link in my page to where you can request free seeds from nature preservation societies, including milkweed for native monarchs, because their season's about to come. They're about to fly all the way up from Canada, all the way down to Mexico. And then also you can get wildflower seeds for free and poppies for free. It is their job to get you free seeds, okay? Next is going to be yarrow. Yarrow is my absolute favorite. It can grow really tall. It also reseeds itself as well, and also native, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Also low maintenance, okay? And more on the medicinal side, right? Because these aren't necessarily edible. If I go to your house, now you can eat sunflower heads, not just the seeds. In Mexican culture, they cut off the heads and they grill it, and you can eat it like a cheeseburger. I've seen it. They're not, so if I go to your house and you're like, all we got is yarrow and poppies to eat, I might have to leave because we ain't gonna make it, okay? So on the medicinal edible side, we have dill, okay? Let me tell you about dill. It's because, now, dill is an herb and it's Mediterranean. A lot of our herbs are Mediterranean. Rosemary, thyme, Mediterranean. You can grow this in a pot, okay? It attracts butterflies. And this is the thing. A lot of the seasoning that we see are actually seeds. If you buy a pack of dill, this is $4 of seeds. If you go to the grocery store and buy dill seeds, this much, a whole Pringle can full of it, $6. It's just marketing, and it grows exactly the same. And then you could have an entire empire of butterflies, a butterfly garden with growing what you might already have in your kitchen. Butterflies. Attracts, you just let it go crazy. It attracts swallowtail butterflies specifically. My favorite type, the black and yellow ones. Yes. Yes. And it tracks that. Okay. So does anybody have any questions at all before we move into a little bit more of the hands-on stuff? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Two phones. Two phones. So going into the next part, what else can we do to grow, right? Say that you have your little tray and it's taking longer than usual. By the way, you just need a windowsill to start this. There's an organic seed mix, and if anybody wants, you can email me. I'm really good at emails, or you can comment on one of my videos on Instagram and I'll get back to you. There's a seed mix, an organic seed mix that you can start with this. You can use some of the soil, if you already have soil. I prefer a potting soil in one of these. And there's an organic seed mix from Home Depot. No, Lowe's. Sorry, Lowe's. Whoops. That you can get for about $6, and you can start thousands of seeds with the one bag. Okay. So, and if you want to take something from your own home, I do suggest it. Just that when the seed starts to crack, you want to repot it. Okay. Next is everybody should have these little pucks that look like a silver dollar made out of mud or dirt in their bags. Has anybody seen these before? Yeah, magic. See? Ta-da. Oh, nothing happened. Yes. Okay, these are called peat pellets. These are made out of peat moss. It's dried moss from a bog. If you got a bog, call me, because I want to do some things. Well, you need bogs for cranberries. Yes, and you know cranberries are full of spiders. And then they wash up the spiders. Yeah, they're full of spiders. And I know you don't like spiders. I know you don't like spiders. Yeah. So these peat pellets can turn any regular cup into a plant starter. So what you do, or you could use this lovely Tupperware. What you do is you will take and put it in a shallow dish or in a cup and fill it all the way up to its top with water. It'll expand. And see that little divot right there? That's what you pop your seed through. And you water it every day. It will form roots and it will support the plant through its growing process. No, no. This is what we call a medium. A medium is a type, the base you use to grow your plants in. So different mediums include soil, peat. Some people use rock wool. That's more aligned with cannabis growth. It's spun rocks that you can grow in, and that's what you use. Cocoa core, and then peat moss. So this is called a peat pellet or a peat pod. Okay, so the cool thing about this is that what if you don't have this and you don't have dirt? You could get a coffee mug, water it all the way to the top, watch it expand. Can we do that now? Does anybody have any water? Okay, yay. Huh? Ooh, sure. Okay, no, we can use a regular one and everybody can be like, ooh, and ah, and just fill it up with water, okay? So that's another way you can grow in anything. So that's the thing. The thing about gardening is that it's been marketed to us in a certain way. And compost is another thing, to where you have to buy the kit, the gloves, the hat, and just have everything be so cute. And if it's not part of this certain package or this certain uniform, we call it cosplaying, like Farmer John. That is so unnecessary. If you have a will, there is a way. Do the kids still say that? They don't, huh? The kids say YN and yapping. Oh my God. Save the children. No child left behind did not work. Okay. Yay. Perfect. Yes, that's plenty. Okay, so we're gonna put a couple pods in here. Okay. So as we have the pods, they're gonna start to expand. I'm gonna put a couple in here. Okay, and they're gonna absorb the water. Okay. I'm gonna put in there. Okay, and you can let it sit for 30 minutes. Now this can go in a windowsill. Also, you can buy plant lights. They're only about $20 now. If you want to get fancy, like $30, you can get the one with the timer. You need a minimum of 6 to 8 hours of sunlight to start and grow seeds, okay? See, there you go. They'll just absorb the water, yeah. Yes. Okay? And show everybody. Amazing. Oh, 6 to 8 hours. No, that will absorb the water in like 15 minutes or less. But for as far as starting plants, they need to be exposed to light for 6 to 8 hours. Okay. Yes. It expands. Thank you. Great question. You don't put the seed in until after it expands. Yeah, that's an amazing question. Okay. Okay. Yes. The peat pod. Yes. Peat pods. Peat. P-E-E-T. Or P-E-A. I'm sorry. P-E-A-T. Sorry. Yeah. Excuse me. Yes. After it expands. Yes. Got it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they'll even break through the mesh. Well, it's actually paper. It'll break through the paper. So you can literally just take it and just put it directly in its permanent home. Yeah. Yes, it does. No, it's not. Yeah. So peat is an organic material that doesn't break down. It is peat moss. That's what it is. It's compressed peat moss. You got it. Here, you you win. Yes, you have a question? Yeah, so you would want soil because it's too small. Yes, so because you transfer it. Yeah, so but the beauty about it is I've used a million of those cardboard cups. And they say, oh, you can put it directly in the soil. No, you cannot. Because what we learned today, just like with the cheeseburgers, cardboard does not break down like that. And sometimes it can have a film on it and it just sits there and it crumbles and your plant dies. The beautiful thing about the peat pod is that it's just enough support. Yes, okay. It is so where the plant can be supported and then also the roots will break through the bottom. You had a question?
What's the benefit of starting it in that rather than just putting it straight in soil?
Okay, convenience. These are about 10 cents a piece in bulk. Another thing is if you have a store-bought soil or a composted soil that's already nutrient rich, I would just go with that, And then some seeds are direct sow and some are indirect, meaning that some plants like beets and radishes, root plants, do best being put directly in the garden bed in the soil. Other plants do best, like even with the sunflower or with some tomatoes, being started outside in a tray and then transferring it. Okay, so rather than get
Is that like the germination process of the seed where it needs that time to kind of just spurt
and expand and things like that? Yes, and also they can die. They could die and be like, oh, they ain't for me, and then die, and you're like, wait, all my hard work. Where peat, it's kind of like a clean slate because there's nothing necessarily in this. Where no matter what soil you get, please read the back of the bag. You know why? Oh, because they lie. As well as you find out all types of things in it. Like a lot of, they'll put the percentages. You might be buying a bunch of bone meal and chicken feathers, which are good, or you might be getting a lot of byproduct. And what you're thinking, why are my plants not thriving? Why are my foods not so nutrient dense? There's no nutrients in the medium you're using. That's why. That's why everything's so stripped. All the over-tilling, the overuse of pesticides has stripped the nutrient density. The reason why you're hungry after you just ate is because there's nothing to tide you over. There's no satiety. The nutrients and the minerals in the food is gone. You know what I'm saying? Your belly's full, but you're hungry. Yes. 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 Okay. So we have the community connection, the roots. Does anybody have any questions about anything I talked about as of now? And I can go back on over anything. Does anybody want to bring up something else before I move on? Mm-hmm. It could do really well. Well, sunflowers are very resilient though. Anywhere, yeah, anywhere. Just that with something like this is somebody that does it, they don't have the option. Yes, if they don't have the option. Uh, Very small. Yes. Oh, they're starting to expand a little. They're getting darker. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And the peat, yes, it's pretty neutral. So they're slowly expanding. It's only been like 3 minutes, but they're getting darker, and they're starting to expand a little bit more. Yeah, they're getting darker. Yeah, those are little Oreos. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, they're slowly expanding. This could probably take up to 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, they're getting bigger. Yeah. They get about an inch high. They go from about a 1/4 inch to an inch in thickness. Yes. Okay.
It's starting to look like soil.
Right. Yes, you're correct. Okay. Oh, I'm good. I'll get some right after this. I'm gonna be burping. Okay. So as far as the roots and growing, the regeneration, the benefits of fire, which we'll say gracefully, also the restoration. The fact that all of this can come from one pack of seeds is wild. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing too. We can participate in gardening at any capacity, in any level. We already have it and we may not know it. Who has a seed collection at home? Like I say, you sure y'all, the people that have their hands down, you sure you don't have a seed collection at home? Yeah. Okay, do you eat beans? Dried beans? You cook them from scratch? Does anybody, have you had a dried bean before? You don't eat them dry. What? No, I'm really trying to hook you here, so I can get this joke out of my mouth. No, so dried beans that we buy from the store are technically seeds. Yes, yes, dried beans. Yes. Sorry, we didn't rehearse before you got here. I'm sorry. Yes. They're not seeds. Now, peppers are the easiest to collect. The dried chilies, now, if you get the whole chili dry, those are seeds inside. But the chili flakes we have, that's already completely dehydrated and there's no life left in it. So the term for life inside of a seed is called viability. So the viability is gone at that point. Chia seeds, also seeds. Dried lentils, also seeds. Tomatoes are extremely easy to collect from, yes. So actually I think, hold on. Sorry. Soup mix. This is a seed collection. This is what I was talking about, the dried beans. Yes, this is a seed collection. This is a whole $1.69. Just take out the ham seasoning and you have an entire bean farm. So if somebody believes that they do not have a seed collection, you probably do and don't even know it yet. Yes. Yes. Oh, about GMO seeds? So, did you know that things can become organic? And actually, you can get an organic certification for a farm or garden after 3 to 5 years of organic practices. Yes, because genetic modification can go a lot of ways. And that's a whole nother class, Lord. It's just a matter of who is using the technology for what. Okay, so as far as things being non-GMO, that's extremely important because usually with people that practice so much GMO, with so much GMO product, are using it for the worst things. So you can make something organic. You can make your plants organic too. If you get a plant start, I want people to garden so bad, and we'll get to that. But do you plan on being alive for the next 5 years? Great. So if you get a non-organic plant start, a perennial per se that lives year after year after year, in 3 to 5 years, as long as you care for it organically, it will become organic. Yes, that's another reason why bioremediation, cover crops, crop rotation, just the biodiversity. Biodiversity is just having a multitude of different plant types for different reasons in your garden is so important because you can eliminate all that. You can eliminate that. It's like fresh oxygen helps heal us in a way. You can help that with your plants as well. Okay. So yes. Yes, that's true to seed. So a lot of our seeds, that's why heirloom's so important. So heirloom is like a lineage, a bloodline, where it's grown at the same place, with the same practices, with the same seeds for years. Okay, that's why heirloom tends to be more expensive, right? You ever have an heirloom tomato? They're gorgeous and they taste great, right? Because that lineage of plant genetics is kept season after season after season. And a lot of times you have to be a licensed farmer to get those seeds and grow them. Okay, so we can have our own heirloom seeds as long as we grow our stuff. You let it go to seed and you grow plants just for seeds. You can grow grow plants just for food. You can grow plants just for bioremediation. You can grow plants just for seed. Keep those seeds in the same area. Pass them out to your neighbors. That's why seed collecting is so important. That's how I got started. I was going through my mom's purse, and then I found, then I went through her closet, and I found that she had a seed library, a folder, and I started growing those seeds years ago, back in 2006, 2009, and now I'm here.
So you can do heirloom for any kind of plant, or is it just tomatoes?
No, anytime.
Oh.
Yeah, they also have heirloom turkeys. That's how Kanye West got rich. He has a turkey farm.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
In Wyoming?
No, that's Jeffree Star.
Oh.
That's the yaks. Yeah, agriculture is huge. It's massive. Because where does all our food come from? And who's making all that money? He had too many, Kanye West, oh my God, he had too many turkeys that he had to go give them away, but he was only giving them away to his rich friends. What good is that gonna do me? Anyways, so, not as of recent. I stopped being his friend 3 weeks ago. Okay, oh, they're done. They're almost done. They're almost done. Yes.
Well, yeah, it absorbed all that.
It absorbed all the water. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
They do look different. Oh, that does look, the little. So once it completely absorbs all the water, yeah, it'll get even bigger. So when all the white is gone, yes. And yeah, you can do this overnight too. So that way you're not constantly looking at it. Yeah. Then put the seed in the divot, right. Okay. Okay. So as far as starting the bioremediation through sunflowers, collecting the sunflower seeds ad infinitum, we could do that over and over again. We can all start a seed collection. Like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, I also have a list to where you can request free seeds from these companies. If you know anybody with a nonprofit, they get more seeds as well for free. And my goal and my ambition is to get everybody to not necessarily have the passion that I do, but for it to be a practice in your life, like brushing teeth, you know, or like feeding a pet or a cat. Not have it be so laborious, not having to be like, oh my God, I gotta go do this until, because a lot of people that came before us as our ancestors went through a lot just for us to have the freedoms that we have today. We still have a lot of choice in the matters today. So also, as another gift to y'all, like I said, I added extra seeds. If anybody wants any extra seeds or anything like that today, please come see me. Fruits and, well, actually, did you know everything's technically a fruit? There's no such thing as a vegetable? Yeah. But I have herbs and food, so everybody can start growing food. It is almost the season to start growing squash, my favorite being the Three Sisters, squash, peas, also another indigenous practice, and then also nightshade season's coming up. That includes tomatoes, peppers, and potatoes. But you know why they're called nightshades? It's because they can kill you. Yes, they can. But you can still eat them. No, the poison grows out of them over time. That's why you never eat a green potato. Never eat a green potato. Never eat green, no. They'll find green tomatoes. You're fine with that. They're grown like that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. Oh, wow. No, you. Yeah. No, you're good. Okay. So lastly, there are going to be popsicle sticks. I stopped using those plastic tags about a year ago, and it's changed my life. Popsicle sticks are also biodegradable. So everything y'all have today in your kits are biodegradable and can be repurposed, okay? So we can reduce our waste, we could save money, save time, grow our own food, grow our own medicine, and then pass that knowledge along. That's what's most important. So I want to thank Hexi for having me today. I would also like to thank Ashleigh from Recycle to Riches. Remember, repurpose first, then recycle. Repurpose first, then recycle. Okay? And also, recycling is good money though. It's $1 billion a year industry. If you into junking, you stink, but cash in hand, baby. Okay? And then also, I want to thank you guys all for having me. I want to thank the South Central Sunflowers for being here with me. I love y'all. Yes. Also, happy birthday to me. Again, yes. I left the cake at home. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. Yes, yes. Yes, thank you. Happy Black History Month, everybody. Okay. And yes, Women's History Month. And then also, yeah, please, you don't have to be a gardener to go to garden classes. You don't have to just be in community. you know, and that include you being up here talking to people, or just being a fly in the room and just sitting back and kicking it and listen to some good word. And also volunteering helps as well. So yes, so please, like I said, follow me on Instagram. I'm also on YouTube and TikTok. And this is going to be quite the journey in the next 5 years. I appreciate all your time, and I'll be hanging out for a little bit while I break down if anybody has any questions, okay? Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.